Well, hello, everybody.
Hi,
I'm Ginger,
I'm Dee, and this is
and this is Chattin with CHAP
once again via Zoom.
via Zoom. And I didn't go anywhere special this week. I decided to come home, and I'm in the girls' room because every room in my house is occupied, and this is the one that was empty.
I'm sitting at my desk with another bare wall behind me. It's all these Zoom meetings are making me realize I need to decorate a little bit. We moved into this house in August, and I haven't really hung a lot of pictures, and I really need to get something hung behind my desk. So
There you go. A nice big garden picture, right? So it looks like you're outside,
it's
and
all a really pretty. It's like a floral. It's like a bouquet in a vase at Target. Uh, yeah, so I have it in my mind that's the picture
there
I
you
want to have
go.
there.
There you go. Or you have an artist come to your house and just paint your wall,
Oh, that would be nice.
right?
So how are you, Ginger? What's new?
Well, we're kind of same old out here. There's not too much new going on in our house. We're wrapping up the school year. Hopefully the rest of you guys are working towards that 180 days and getting all that in and figuring out how we're going to square away the end of the school year. But there are so many home projects getting done in my house. It's amazing.
That
Like
is
7 years worth.
that is the good thing. Yeah. Yeah.
So you guys just plug in there too, right?
Yeah, just plugging away. Yeah.
Okay, so I did find out this is about the evaluation letters, folks, if you're from E-Town or anywhere else in the state, really, but specifically for E-Town, we did get word that they are aware of the law change, and those letters were ready to go out into the mail before the governor even signed SB 751. So no need to fear. They are going to send out a letter retracting that and in recognition of the law change. And I'm sure if something like this has happened in your school district, it's the exact same situation. So if you haven't contacted your school district, go ahead and do so and make them aware of the change. And if there is further issue, please contact HSLDA. They'd be more than happy to assist you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
I just want to follow up on last week's conversation about the scholarship. We had said we're moving the deadline for that, and we hadn't given an exact date, but the deadline will be May 30th. So if you know of any high school seniors, they have till May 30th to apply for the scholarship. First place is $1,000, second place $500. And once again, I will put the link to that in the comments of this video so that you have that. And now, Ginger, I have a very big announcement to make.
I know you do. I know you do.
One is like huge announcement to make. So as you all know, we have been praying. If you've read our updates, if you've been on our convention website, if you've gotten our e-news, we have been praying about convention and just about what life will be like in June. And we just have no way of knowing that, but we have come to the decision based on a lot of feedback that we've gotten that it would be good for us to move convention. So convention is officially being moved to August. It will be same location, August 21st and 22nd at the Lancaster County Convention Center. If you are a registered vendor or a registered attendee already, you should have received an email from us giving you all the information you need as far as your registration and what we're going to do with that and some choices that you have. And if you have not registered, maybe you've been a little worried about what things will be like in June, so you haven't registered. Well, it's being moved to August, and so now is a good time to think about registering for convention. We really feel comfortable and hopefully saying that life will be somewhat back to normal, definitely by August. Oh, please, Lord. Yeah. And so we just felt that it was best. So August 21st and 22nd are the new dates for convention. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we're glad that we can have it. I know there's many home states throughout the nation, homeschool groups that have actually canceled theirs for the year or have totally turned them online. So we are very blessed that we have the option of moving to August. So I know it's later than normal, but at least it will be there. We will be there. The vendors will be there. The speakers will be there. So please adjust with us, be flexible with us.
Yes.
And we will just move on to August and it will be good.
Yeah, we just would appreciate the flexibility and that you would adjust with us, because convention is it's a major deal for CHAP, and it's one of the main ways that we bring in our income, and it helps keep CHAP going all year long. So we would really appreciate your support of us through this. It hasn't been an easy decision at all. I've lost a few nights sleep over this one.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and it just requires flexibility for everybody, for us and our planning and everything. So
yeah. So we prayed about it and just felt a peace that we needed to move it. And like Ginger said, a lot have had to cancel. So we're just thankful we have the option to move it to August. And like I said, if you are registered already, you should have received an email from us. If you have not, please, message here, drop a comment. I will get in touch with you so that you know what your options are as far as if you've already registered for June. So yeah, that was the big announcement.
All right, so there's the big announcement. We should make some other little videos about that so everyone's on top of it. So join us in August, everyone. It's a new adventure. So on to today's topic. We are back to the lies. I don't know if you remember, I think it was like a month ago.
It was probably more ago.
It was a long time ago. So we were going through the lies homeschoolers believe. Dee did a talk on this way back in, was that February at the Refresh and Renew conference with the Demi-Learning.
It was at the Midwinter conference, yeah.
Midwinter, that's what it was. Midwinter, had the wrong name. So we are on line number 5, which says, it's my fault that my children are struggling. And that's a lie. Do not believe it. So share with us, Dee, your thoughts initially on that.
Well, when I initially think about that, for one thing, every one of our children is going to struggle with something. We struggle with things. There's strengths and there's weaknesses, and we all have them. And so to take the blame on as the homeschooling parent, it just really makes no sense if you really think about it. But as I think about a child who is struggling with something, I think that it would be better for you to concentrate on their strengths than to focus on that struggle or that weakness. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have to deal with it, because, say it's a certain subject and they're struggling. Well, that subject may have to be done to be able to get through school, to be able to graduate. So you may have to adapt, get help, whatever that looks like. But I don't think the focus should be on the struggle. I think the focus should be on the strength, because our children all have a plan and a purpose for their life. They were created with a plan, a purpose, and everything they need to fulfill that. And so we need to help them figure out what that is. And so let's focus on what their strengths are, and what we see them being good at, and encourage that. And then work through the struggle, yes, but don't focus on that, because what we focus on, they take cues from us. They see what we focus on and they focus on it. And sort of like in this time we're in right now, your children are watching how you are reacting to all of this.
Yeah.
If you are in a constant state of panic, of worry, of fear, they will pick up on those cues and they will be in that state. And so our children pick up on what we as parents do. So if we're constantly focused on the struggle and we're constantly beating ourselves up over the struggle, they're going to feel like there's something wrong with them. They're going to pick up on that. And, God has a plan for them, and we're not big enough to mess it up. So yeah. What do you think, Ginger?
Yeah, well, I was thinking too, God created each one of us, and he didn't make a mistake. Like when he created us, he did give us strengths. He did give us weaknesses. He gave us a certain type of personality, body type, everything about us. He knit us together. He knows exactly how we're made, and there's a purpose. There's a reason. So I don't understand necessarily why we're all created in the different ways that we're created. I don't understand all of God's purposes. Nobody can, but it all weaves together, and there is a reason. And through the struggles, I do think it's really good to focus on the strengths and how God has created you and what he's created you to do, but he can also grow you through the struggles too. So he can work in all things. And I was also thinking too, like part of the technical part of doing homeschooling. If they're struggling, it might be a cue to maybe examine what you're using or how you're going about teaching. Maybe it's in a style that your student doesn't do well in, and that's why they're struggling. Or it could be anything. It could be related to food and the way the food in the body is affecting the way the mind is thinking. There's so many intricacies in the way our body functions. I'm discovering some of that with one of my children, and I have a friend of mine who is definitely affected by food, and it affects his ability to focus, and then he struggles. So it's really, there's so many things we could examine. So moms or parents, don't take it on. It's not your fault. It's beyond you. God created your children and yourself in a certain way, and we're to learn and grow through it. So yeah, there are struggles, but it's in God's plan. I don't know why, I don't know how, but we need to trust him. We need to trust his sovereignty. We need to trust the reason he's put us all together in families.
Right.
Certain families with the certain moms and parents and dads and kids together. Those relationships are together for a reason. There's a reason we're put together in particular family groups. So if we can step back and kind of look at that larger picture and trust God in what he's trying to do through us, and focus on those strengths and develop those, but also allowing God to lead us through how to work through those struggles. I think that's just going to just brighten the sky for everybody. And like you said, Dee, the parents' attitude about it, oh, this is so hard. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, this is so frustrating to me. Showing that the child picks up on that. The child feels bad about themselves, or, oh, I'm making mommy upset, and then they feel bad. And so it's a lesson to us as parents in self-control and learning to control our emotions. And I know I'm not the best at that. I'm a passionate, emotional style person, and I'm not a poker player. I don't have the poker face, it just kind of comes out, right? So, and I think God is trying to teach us to not allow our emotions to run away with us, have the self-control in order to support our child who may be struggling. And then, we take our frustrations or concerns to God in our quiet time with him, and learning how to deal with these things. So it's not your fault. There's a reason everyone was designed the way they were designed. I can't possibly understand why.
Right.
Sometimes it's just not possible, but we do learn things through these challenges and through these situations.
We sure
and yeah. So
yeah.
Any other?
And like I said, I just think when we shift the focus from, let's not focus on the struggle, let's focus on the strengths and deal with the struggle. It's just different. It's a different perspective. And so to blame yourself would be silly, and to focus on it would be negative. And so to just shift your focus and to take away that blame, that's not, we weren't meant to take that on. So
yeah, exactly. And it is similar to what we had said before, like, you're not big enough to mess up God's plans for your kids.
Right.
So saying that, oh, it's my fault, and you're trying to take the credit. You're not. It's God's thing. Let it be God's thing. Right. And just learning how to encourage. Yeah, I think that's a really good skill. Sometimes it's really hard to encourage when things seem really hard or dark or bleak. It's hard to encourage, but we're told in Scripture to encourage each other, and even more so as we get closer to the day. So that is a skill that is, and right now too, very needed. Encouragement is very needed all around, everywhere. So developing that and continuing to encourage as we move forward is going to be very valuable for your relationships in your house.
And I think just encouraging, like I said, in their strength, because it's out of their strength that they're going to excel and they're going to do well and they're going to find confidence, and and so we just need to encourage them in that instead of making them feel discouraged all the time. So
yeah. Yeah, I agree. So those are good things, good thoughts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everybody, if you have any comments to add to what we're saying here, please share. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you're thinking on this topic, and add some encouragement out there for the rest of us who may be feeling really bleak right now, or just in homeschooling in general as we work with our kids who are struggling. So yeah, we welcome your comments of encouragement.
Love to hear from you. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, Ginger, I don't know. I'm guessing next week we will be in this same type of situation.
I think so. I might take another trip next week. I might see if I can work it out.
We
Hop
have,
a plane and go somewhere.
we have at least 2 more Wednesdays until the stay-at-home order could possibly be lifted.
Possibly be lifted.
So, yeah.
Yes.
We're glad to be together in whatever way we can, and we hope y'all are doing
Absolutely.
well out there, and just keep pressing in and pressing on, and yeah. So, well, this has been
Chatting with Chap.
See you next week.
Bye, everybody.